My name is Adam Morrissey. I'm 38 years old. My drug of choice was alcohol and pretty much any party drug there was. Pretty much the only drugs I never did was the needle. Anything else, yeah, I did. Yeah, so I grew up in Australia. You know, alcohol was a big thing in our community down there and just a part of the lifestyle, you know. So it all started off with drinking, you know, just what I thought was harmless. And then on my 18th birthday, we had a triple 18th party, me and my friends at high school, and that was when I was offered my first line of speed. Did it that night, and that's when the door was open to a whole part of hell that I didn't know what was coming, you know. And yeah, the whole floodgates opened after that. But yeah, on my 18th birthday, first line went up my nose and kind of all led from the alcohol, but went into the hard drugs, and then that opened the door, like I said, into a very, very dark path. Yeah, the effects is the come down, you know. It lies to you for about 12 to 20 hours to 40 hours, you know, and you kind of escape reality. And then when it all leaves, man, and the party's gone, you are sitting there with the worst feeling you've ever felt on the face of the earth, man. And I used to think of it like this. We called it the happy juice. And it was like all of your happy juice was gone, and then you just sat there, and it was like sleeping in hell with the devil. I didn't even know God back then, and I used to pray, please just help me wake up in the morning, you know, before I even had a relationship with him. But yeah, just sleeping with the devil back then and just being that dark on those come downs was some of the things I'll never forget. Yeah, just like insecurities, man, just feeling bad about yourself, you know. It's kind of like a mask you put on. You'd go out to the clubs and you'd act like everything was having a great time, but really it was just a shield for your insecurities, man, for something deeper that was going on. And I wasn't dealing with those feelings, so taking the hard drugs and drinking a lot was just my way of escaping, man. Yeah, I mean, I was a pro athlete since I was 15 years old. And the thing with me is that I was a functioning drug user and alcoholic, and I would go on and off at times, but I would function. There was no excuses for me not to get my job done, but it was hard. You know, you're covering the hangovers every day. You're just feeling bad every single day, and it was just draining. It was a big, heavy weight on your shoulders, and it just draining. It's terrible. I mean, absolutely terrible. It's terrible that you feel like you have to go out to hang out with your buddies and stuff, and the only way you can do that is if you drink a 12-pack and snort some lines, you know. So it's a terrible, terrible feeling, and, you know, I don't wish it upon anyone, you know. It's a dark, dark place to be in. You know what? I just lost who I was. You know, who I was as a person when I was younger, I lost that person. And it was all because I gave in to the pressures of the world. And when I gave in to the pressures of the world, I lost who I was. And then that insecurity and feeling bad about yourself was the worst thing I ever dealt with. And it's like after all these years, I'm 38 now, I still deal with it. But after all these years, man, just that battle of losing yourself was the one thing that probably drains you the most and is the one thing that's best when you get it back. Yeah, I mean, you just pretty much, because you're not yourself. You're not living under the Lord, man. Like, you're not filled with the Spirit. And what comes with that, it's not the person, but when you look at this on a spirit level, when you're filled with that Spirit, you have to deal with what comes with that, man. And when you're not a good person and you're doing that to yourself, that comes with that territory, man. So yeah, that darkness, it all just comes out of one big ball, man. It comes with the whole territory, what comes with the darkness of those hard drugs. Yeah, life before Jesus, like I said before, I was the athlete, the pro athlete at 15 years old, the superstar athlete, this and that, and the world told me I was the greatest thing coming. And that's a tough thing to grow up with when it all comes crashing down, because the world's telling you how great you are. And then I was a baseball player. Baseball got taken from me. The Lord took baseball from me. And I was close to the major league level, and I was up that high. He took it from me. And then I was left there with nothing. And then after that, I kind of went through some other trials with my daughter and understanding some experiences and stuff, just going through some experiences with him. But yeah, just the way he has shown his face to way the world told me I was, to the way he tells me I am. And man, it's just an experience that I hid for a lot of years, you know. I grew up on the other side of the fence. I hated Christians. I hated that lifestyle. I thought they were weak, you know, until Jesus revealed his face to me and showed me the true warrior spirit was not what the world was telling me. It had to come from the inside, and he had to show me his face. Right, so I just had that little voice inside that kept telling me to do something. And at first I had to gain my relationship with Jesus. It couldn't come from what others were telling me. He had to reveal his face to me. It couldn't come from the pressure from the outside. I listened for once, and then he revealed his face. And then just fellowship with people, going through experiences. The fellowship is huge. We are in a battle every single day here, and just fellowship and talking like this now is a thing that just gives us energy. So yeah, just talking with people and searching and being okay with failing and just going on that journey with him and finally saying, okay, Lord, take me where you want to go. My Bible reading is like every day I study. I try. You know, some days in the morning, I'll slack a little bit, but first thing in the morning, I got to get my armor on. For what I've learned is that life is waiting to kick you in the face as soon as you open your eyes. And that's the world we're a part of today. And God has shown me that through my failures. So spending that time with him the first part of the day is very, very important to me. And I've learned that through trials. When I don't do that, the day is a lot worse. I understand the battle. We disrespect the battle too much today. The battle is so much bigger than Adam. And we have to have that armor to come out in the world to be fearless. And when he showed me that and true, like not being filled with fear and showing me the true warrior spirit, that's it right there. You've got to put your armor on every day, and it's got to be a daily choice. Don't fear it. There's people out there that have been through way worse things than you and come out way more successful. When we're going through that stuff, we kind of feel like we're isolated on an island. That's why the fellowship's very, very big today, man. You got to find these people. And most true warrior Christians, man, have been through the absolute trenches. And when you meet those people and they share their stories with no fear, I tell you what, man, there is nothing more powerful than that right there. And that's the power that, you know, I want to share with people through my story. I still fail every single day, but we're all here fighting the same battle. And I think when we let our guards down like that, and say, listen, man, we've all had bad things happen in our life, but we're all getting here better. We're all going to the same place. And my motto at my place of work is iron sharpens iron, you know, and that's my philosophy every single day with the way I approach everyday life now. Yeah, the one thing that really changed my perspective on life is when I understood the power of Jesus dying on the cross for us. I used to be filled with fear because I would try to control it. It'd be like Adam doing stuff. But then we don't have to fear. We don't have to fear because he died on the cross, and the power in that blood is to cover us so we don't have to experience fear. And once I understood that it's not our battle, he won that battle for us, it was a game changer. It was a game changer, and I've experienced it. It'll still come on every day, but test that out. Cover yourself in the blood and you will see. It's absolutely true what it says. Just keep being warriors, man. Don't quit. Don't quit. You know, never ever quit. Take that next step no matter how hard it is, all right? There's always a chance every day we wake up to make our life go for the better. And there's people out there that can really benefit from hearing your stories.